Hello learners, welcome to the next virtual learning for the day. Today we have mathematics for class 6 and the strand is set of numbers and the substrand is prime factorization. Now before then, let us look at our specific objectives of the day, which one is at the end of the day we should be able to understand the word prime factorization, and also know how to write prime factorization of some numbers. Now let us look at our starter for the day. Now we have even numbers, prime numbers, odd numbers, and composite numbers. Now what are even numbers? Now even numbers are numbers that are divisible by 2 or that can be divided by 2. For example, 2 itself, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12. Now we have the next one is prime numbers. Now what are prime numbers? Prime numbers are numbers that has only one factor and itself. Let us look at the examples of prime numbers. We have 2 is a prime number. Prime number at the same time an even number. 2 is because it has only one factor and itself. And 3 is also a prime number because it has only one factor and itself. You can see 2 has only one factor and itself. So let's move on to 5. 5 also has one factor and itself. 7, 11, and so forth. The next one is odd numbers. What are odd numbers? Odd numbers are numbers that cannot be divided by 2. Exactly 2. There will be a remainder. So that is why they are called odd numbers. For example, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, and so forth. Now let's move on to the next one, which is composite numbers. Now what are composite numbers? It's a composite numbers are numbers that are more than 2 factors. For example, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, and so forth. We have some few examples here. Example is 4. What are the factors of 4? Factors of 4 are 1, 2, and 3. So we can say that 4 is a composite number because the factors are more than 2. We also have 6, which is 3, 3, and 6. They are more than 2. The factors here are more than 2, or the numbers here are more than 2. So 6 is a composite number. We also have 8. And the numbers here are what? What are they? They are what? 4. They are more than 2 factors. So they are also composite number. And also 9. 9 is also a composite number. I hope you understand. Now let's move on to the question of the day. It says write the prime factorization of 12, 18, 20, 27, and 30. So the first thing, our first question is 12. I told you that anytime you have to find the prime factorization, use the factor tree so that you can understand or you can solve it quickly. So we use our factor tree here and we look for a lower number that's when we multiply by a certain number that can give us 12. And we know that our factor, our prime number starts with 2. Yes, which is 2. So we are going to use 2 here and multiply by 6. Then it will give us 12. Now we cannot break 2 down because 2 here, there's no number when we multiply we can get 2. 2 here is limited. It's a prime number that has only one factor and itself. But as for 6, we can break it down. Now 6, we can say 6 is an even number and at the same time a composite number. So which number, if we multiply them, we can get 6, which is 2, 3. So we are looking for 2, 2, and 3. Because the product of 6 is 2 and 3. That is why we cannot circle 6. Because the product of 6 is 2 and 3. So now we are going to multiply these numbers. Then when we multiply them, we get 12 to make our answer correct. So we have 2 times 2 times 3. That will give us 12. In prime factorization, we summarize the whole thing where we make it very simple. So here we are going to bring these two together Now, how do we do this? So it means that 2 occurs twice here. 2 occurs twice here. In prime factorization, we write it as 2 raised to the power 2, which means 2 times 2 times 3, which will give us 12. So this is how we do it in prime factorization. I hope you understand this one. Now let's move on to the next one. The next question. The next question is 18. 18. Sorry, the next question is 18. What? Yes, we have to look for the lower, yes, number, which is 2. 2 is a prime number. Which number, if you multiply by 2, we get 18, which is 9. Yes, so we cannot break 2 down as I've said earlier, but we can break 9 down, which will give us 3. 3 times 3 will give us 9. 3 will give us 9. Now we are looking for what the numbers that we are going to circle is what? 2, 3, 3. As for 9, the product of 9 is 3 and 3. So we leave 9 out of this situation. Now what are we going to do? When we multiply 3 times 2 times 3 times 3, it must give us 18. That will make our answer correct. So let's see, 2 times 3 times 3. Now 2 is here, 3 will give us 9. 9 times 2 will give us 18. So I write it under prime factorization as 2 times 3 raised to the power 2. Because 3 occurs how many times? 2 times. So this is my answer. I hope you understand. Now let's move on to the next question. Let's move on to the next question, which is 20. Our next question is 20. So we look for the lower number, which is always use 2. 2 as a lower number, which is 2. Which number, if you multiply 2, we can get 20, which is 10 in our multiplication timetable. Yes, so we look for a number. 2 is already, we cannot break 2 down, but we can break 10. Yes, so which 2 number, if you multiply, we can get 10, which is 2, 5 will give us 10. Then you already know what we are doing here. We are going to circle this one, this, and this. Always remember that the product of 10 is 2 and 5. So 10 is out. So we write 2 times 2 times 5, which will give us 2 occurs how many times? Twice. Over here, so we write it 2 raised to the power 2 times 5. So 2 will give us, yes, 2 times 2 will give us what? Yes, 4. Will give us 4 times 5, which will give us 20. But in prime factorization, we end it here, or we stop here. This is how we do prime factorization. Now the next number, which is 27. 27. Now, which number, if you multiply, we can get 27. If you 2 here, if you multiply a number by 2, we cannot get 27. Because 27 is not an even number. The last number will tell you that 27 is not an even number. So we use 3. 3, 9 will give us 27. Now, we cannot break 3 down. No, 3 is an odd number. It's a number that has only one factor and itself. So, but as for 9, we can break it down, which will give us 3 times 3 will give us 9. So let us consider, yes, our numbers here and leave 9 out of this. So we have 3 times 3 times 3. So 3 times 3 will give us 9. 9 times 3 will give us 27. So we can write it in prime factorization. We write it as 3 raised to the power 3, which is the same as 3 times 3 times 3. So this is our final answer. Now let's look at the last question, which is not the least, which is 30. So remember to draw your factor tree. Which number, 2 numbers, when we multiply them, we can get 30. Now 2 can go into 30. Yes. So we say in prime factorization, we say what? 2 here, 0 here, falls under even number. We start with 2, 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8, as we've learned in our previous studies. Yes, so now 2 here, 15. 2 times 15 will give us what? Will give us 30. So we cannot break the 2 down, but we can break the 15 down. With 2 numbers, if we multiply them, we can get 15, which is 3, 5. 3, 5. Can we break the 2 down? No. Can we break the 3 down? No. Can we break the... These numbers are what? Odd numbers. Now, they are what? Odd numbers. 2 is an odd number, at the same time, a prime number, sorry. And at the same time, an even number. 3 here is an odd number, and 5 here is an odd number. And they are not divisible by 2. So we leave it like this. So I come here, 2 times 3 times 5. Now, I leave my answer like this because these numbers here are different. 2 is here, there's no other 2 here, there's only 1 3 and 5 here. So I leave my answer like this. So thank you for listening and paying attention. Hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.